Hello everybody, I'm Josh Korick, and this is your Blue Edge Energy weekly natural gas update. I want to take a quick moment to just say I wish grace and peace and a hedge of protection over you and your family, your business, your school, and your kids during this time of great distress and uncertainty. I pray that there's no worry and no fear found within your home during these perilous times. And I do want to make a plug for you and your communities to lean into the local food pantries and networks that are serving kind of the underserved in our community. They are being pushed really hard right now financially. They have limited resources, and the demand is much higher than it has ever been. And if you're not comfortable donating your time, understood. But if you have a pocketbook and you're willing to donate something, I can tell you right now, including food, of course, they will take it. So that being said, let's jump right on into this. The April price for our prompt month coming up is at $1.65.4. We are down 18.7 cents since last week alone. And for the month of March that we're sitting in, that many people got to enjoy the NYMEX settle, that settled at $1.82.1. Now let's take a look at the storage report for this week. For this week, our pull out of the ground was a measly 9 BCF out of the ground. That puts our overall inventory at 2,034 BCF. To give that a little more perspective, when we look at compared to last year, we are 878 BCF above last year, and we are 281 BCF above the 5-year moving average. So now let's take a look at a graph on the forecasted future prices over the next 2 years. When we look ahead to the next winter pricing that we have, we're at $2.51.1, and the winter after that, 2021 and 2022 that is, we're at $2.51.3. The 2021 calendar strip price is at $2.38, while the 2022 is at $2.35.8. When we go to the local markets right now in the indexes for us, if we're cashing out gas, overs and unders, the Chicago price right now is sitting at right around $1.50 on the daily market. And the Ventura for our friends on the western part of the state, it's at $1.46 for the physical cash out of gas price. Now let's take a look at the national weather and the local weather. As you can see from the graph here, the near-term forecast for Wisconsin is calling for warmer temperatures with a number of days of rain in the forecast. Now this is really bad timing when it comes to a lot of kids being home, including my own 3 little ones, and having to stay indoors when it's raining. And then when we look at the national forecast, it's calling for cooler weather in the Rockies and out west, but above normal temperatures throughout much of the Midwest, South, and Southeast. So let's take a look at a couple key points at the very end here. The front months of the curve right now, when you look at the price structures, are very depressed and low. But when we look out further, they have been kept higher than normal right now. We have a lot of inventory. We have high production. The temperature has been mild, but we just have low demand. And the whole thing, obviously, with the coronavirus is sending a lot of concerns throughout the market about production and usage. And then to cap this all off, oil prices are at a record low, and some of our gas comes from that. And so we're looking at that being curbed back to some degree, and a lot of CapEx has fallen off of industry. So that's the things that should push it up. But then we have a global recession possibly happening here. So as it stands right now, though we're doing these RFPs, our position right now is perhaps, given the fact that we're in a lower price environment and there's so much uncertainty, is to hold when it comes to next winter at this point and not do a hedge at this point. On another note, we just wrapped up our second round of RFPs to get them back. We are going through a series of RFPs this season, and I'll be talking to many folks tomorrow morning about the pricing, in which we're very happy to have a lot of competition. We like the pricing and how this is looking. Right now, we are still working through the Wisconsin gas pool systems so far, and so we're learning more about that as that unfolds, but things are looking good on that front. And the last thing is, at the Public Service Commission, some of the changes were going to roll out in April this year, then they got moved to October, then a suggestion was made to move them to January 1 of 2021. The dead of winter with changes into a computer system is a very bad idea, so we're petitioning and that gets moved out to April 1 of 2021. And for at the moment, there's so many things to worry about, and that's not one of them in your book. I hope you have a wonderful weekend wherever you are and with your family and making the most of it. God bless you, and we'll talk to you next week.